Hey everyone, welcome back to A Life of KG. I just wanted to talk about VAT today, just a real short episode, but I've had a friend of mine that's got a salon down London Way a few months ago message me panicking about having to turn VAT registered, and I've just had another good friend of mine that's got a salon up north that's panicking because she's having to go VAT registered today. And I remember going VAT registered about 8 years ago now, and I did write an article in a magazine about this subject as well not so long ago, about a month ago. And when we hit that VAT threshold, which is about £85,000, I think it is now, a year, we all panic. Like, we all think the company's going to go under, we're going to have to let people go, we have to do this huge price increase to obviously take the hit. And we just obviously think that the whole company is going to go under. We have to try and change our perspective on this, because why do you want to stay at £85,000? And we know that's always kind of the advice that you will get from like the accountants and stuff like that. Try and keep the threshold under, like you don't want to go VAT, and like just do whatever you can basically to try and keep it under that 85,000. So that means not taking any more business. Why would you want to do that? So I strongly advise you to go VAT registered. Obviously you have to at 85,000, but it just means you have to push yourself more. Don't want to stay at that small company that's 85,000. It means if you're taking that much money, you are doing absolutely amazing. You are smashing it. You should give yourself a huge pat on the back and actually make it a celebration that you've hit VAT registered. Yeah, you must be thinking, all right, Kate, make a celebration that I've hit VAT registered and having to give my earnings to the VAT man. But look at it as you're growing. You've hit that milestone that you're hitting that much a year, that you should be like, wow, if I'm hitting this much, that means I can hit 100 grand. That means I can hit 150 grand, 200 grand, whatever your goal is. So yeah, I do understand it is extremely scary, but the things that you can do are, there is obviously your 20%, which is standard VAT, and there is the flat rate thresholds as well. Obviously I'm not an accountant, so to get other advice, obviously please talk to your accountant, but we on our companies do the flat threshold. So what that means is, for the beauty industry, that's 13%. So it means you're giving 13% of your takings to the VAT man rather than 20%. For the first year, you also get a discount. So the first year of being VAT registered, you'll be 12%, and then after the first year, you'll go up to 13%. It does mean that you can't claim anything back. So if you are 20% VAT registered, then you can claim your stock and all your supplies and everything that's got VAT on. You obviously claim that VAT back. But what I've found in our industry, again, your salon might be completely different with your outgoings, etc. But for us, it was a no-brainer to go on the flat rate and just give away the 13% rather than claiming stuff back, because we would have lost more money doing it that way. So you need to sit down properly with your accountant or whoever it is you do your figures with and work out what scheme is going to be best for you. So we do the flat rate scheme. And yeah, okay, you could do a price increase to be able to help this. If you just up your prices slightly, even if that's just by £1, then that's obviously going to cover the cost more, so you're not going to have to worry. And people get really worried about doing price increases. Like, you shouldn't be worried. It's a natural thing. All companies do it, all businesses do it, everywhere does it, the government does it. There's always inflation costs, whether that's your water bill or your electric or your rent or your stock supplies or salaries, pensions. All of that's going up all of the time, every single year. So really, our costs should be going up every single year. If they don't go up every year, then we're the one that's taking a hit from that. No one else, you are. So you really need to be doing a price increase every year. Again, it doesn't mean that your acrylic nails were 30 and now they're going up to 35, or your lashes were 60 and they're now going up to £70, it can just be by £1 or two. Like, obviously you can work that out. You might think £1 or two don't sound that much, but if you are doing within your salon, say 30 treatments a day, and you've upped everything by £1, then that's an extra £30 a day, which obviously if you work out a year, then that's a lot of money. So you can work things out that way. So I strongly advise a price increase. If you're worried about how to do that with a client, then what we personally do, which actually we're doing right now as we speak, because we're doing a price increase ready for April, is obviously get all new price lists done, ready in time for the 1st of April, and you change your prices on your website. So there's no mistakes there for when clients look at whatever they look at, your leaflets or your website. And then you need to send out email blasts. So I sent an email blast out a month before the 1st of April. So we sent it literally this week. And then we will send another one in the middle of March, and then the end of March, just obviously saying remember tomorrow or next week is when the new prices increase. And we also will have a sign on our desk for all clients to see a month before that there's going to be a price increase. Some clients will mention it, some people won't. And if people do, just say, you don't have to explain yourself. It's just inflation costs, and obviously we've knocked it on the head for the last couple of years, or whenever it was that you last done a price increase, but this year we can't swallow it. Otherwise there's going to be, like we've said, that there might be job cuts, there won't be as good of products and stuff to use. Like if it means we have to make cuts, then that's what happens. So if we put these price increases in place, then that won't happen. So sometimes you have to just be a bit like that with your clients. So just as long as clients know, then that's fine. And if there's any clients in April that turn up and they haven't got the right money, or they wasn't aware of the price increase because they haven't had the emails or the social media posts or however they see your stuff, then I normally just honour it and just say, well, next time at least you know it's X amount. And they're normally absolutely fine with it. We have never lost any clients at all over 10 years in a price increase. So never ever be afraid to do a price increase. It's extremely important. Otherwise you guys are the ones that are going to be shutting down. So bear that in mind. The other thing you can do when you hit that is just a bit like, not start again, but think, okay, it means I need to get more business in. So start plugging your social media, your marketing ideas, advertising, that type of thing, and get more business in. If you're fully booked now, that might mean you need to get an extra member of staff in, or find another way for added income, which a major one is retail. So retail should be really equaling to 30% of your take-ins at the moment, which is a lot of money. If you're not retailing at the moment, then you need to start retailing. The money that's in that is huge, and that might be a skincare brand that you bring in, or it might be, if you're just lash based, it might be lash shampoo, it might be aftercare kits. Anything like that will bring you extra money in. We also have stuff in our salon which is not just beauty based. So we have like mini, like they're called car perfumes, which is just a car freshener, but they're called car perfumes, and they're really cute and they sell like crazy. We have also candles, which we have personalised KG candles, and room sprays, which are really nice. So just things that are a little bit different, and people will just pick them up when they pay for their treatment. They just pick them up and add that on, and it's a good little earner. So that will help you as well to cover that extra percent that you need to give away. And just what else is there that you can do? Upsell your treatments. So a big one, and it's really basic, but you might not have thought about it, is obviously if your clients are coming to you, for example, for nails every 2 weeks and they're getting their lashes done elsewhere, why aren't they getting their lashes done with you? Or if they are having their eyelashes done and they don't have great brows, which is really annoying when you're trying to take that after picture, and their lashes are amazing and the brows are just a mess, why don't you offer them a discounted eyebrow wax and start like upselling treatments, which again is key. If that client is coming in every couple of weeks for one treatment, and they're obviously your one of your main clients, for example, then if they're coming in for 2 treatments or even 3 treatments every 2 to 3 weeks, then imagine the income, and that will grow massively. So you have to bear that in mind when you're going to even without being VAT registered. That's what you should be doing, like 100%. That's what you should be doing, and it's really important. I mean, they're already treating themselves, and that's part of their routine, and they must be getting them treatments done elsewhere or doing them at home or anything like that. And it just one try with you, they'll most really end up staying with you. So upselling treatments is key. So we have price increasing, upselling treatments, and retailing. Get a new member of staff in if you can to pull in extra clients, start your marketing, even more so than you're doing now, and just start growing your business. And it's really time now, if you're hitting this VAT registered, is just start putting your foot down and start growing your company even more. You've already expanded so much and taken so much money, which is an amazing achievement. Like, if you're doing that, you can do so much more. So just carry on. Being VAT registered is dangerous, and the feel of it is if you're wanting to stay the same as what you are now. If you're wanting to stay exactly the same level, you're not wanting to take any more business, you can't grow it as more than you are now, then being VAT registered is going to damage you, because that means that you're going to be taking, if you're on the flat rate scheme, 13% off your take-ins. If you're not, then 20% off your take-ins, and that's going to be 20% less than what you're taking now, because you're not growing any more than you already are. But my guess is you're all going to want to grow, so you just got to change your thinking. It's all about your mindset, and just be, okay, it is a pain in the arse, I'm going to have to give some of my take-ins away. Sometimes when you work it out, like for a week's worth, might be a whole day off that week is going on VAT. But just change your thinking and think it's fine, because instead of 85,000 I'm going to be taking 100,000, and work on that as your target, and just keep giving yourself targets. Also, what I really, really suggest you doing from the get-go of going VAT registered is making sure you're putting that money aside. You will freak out like anyone would if it comes to your 3 months and your VAT's due and you don't have that money to give to the VAT man. You're not going to have that just hanging around in your pocket, because it's going to be a lot of money. So you want to make sure that when you do your accounts, whether that's weekly or monthly, is just put aside the percent that you need to put aside and put it in a separate account, and you just get used to that. So like I said, I hated it when I went VAT registered years ago. I was like, oh my God, it's going to kill me. I don't know what to do. I used to hate it when I used to have to pay it, but now I'm just so used to it. Like, yeah, it's annoying, but it really doesn't bother me. I just think that's just the way it is. If you earn this much money, that is just the way it is, and you have to deal with taxes and VAT. It's not a bad thing. It means you're successful. So just each week, just put aside the amount, put it in a separate account, and then when your VAT bill comes in, when you do your VAT return, you have that money in the bank. So it is no worry at all. If you don't do that, yes, you'll be in trouble, and that's not what you want, especially with the VAT man. So just put it aside each week. Please make sure you do that. Just be really, like, I know you're not happy right now, but just be really happy that you are hitting this, you have hit this threshold, or maybe you're nearly there, or maybe you're not there at all. But when you do get to this point, it's great. You're doing really well to get to this point. So just really remember that, and it just means you could push yourself even more. It means you're smashing it, and it means your company's growing, and you're ready for the next step. So yeah, I hope that helps a little bit, because I do get this question asked quite a lot. So I just hope that helps people's minds if they are nearly there, or if they are there and struggling. If you are there and struggling at the moment, feel free to message me. I can give you my tips and talk to you about it a little bit more in detail. With my companies, I have 4 companies at the moment, and it's always my target within the first year to hit being VAT registered. If I'm not, then I'm like, okay, I'm not doing as best as I can. I want all my companies to be VAT registered, and that means 4 VAT returns every 3 months. It's a hell of a lot of money, but it means I'm doing all right. So yeah, if any of you need any advice on this, then obviously your accountant's going to be much better than I am, but feel free to message me for any support.